guys, they said a past Kingsmen have warned him to stop disrespecting himself and their culture on social media. They said they have warned him to respect himself. That what he is doing right now is humiliating himself online, thinking that he is dragging Gina. You know that Gina have stopped dragging EPA. And from what we are hearing, if the information is true, they said it was the Kingsmen who called Gina to order, telling her to remember that this man in question is the father of her children and an elderly person too, and a notable person in their own land, in their village and all of that. And for that reason, she should try as much as possible to not to drag him further. And seeing that Gina had a lot to tell us about EPA, they are telling EPA to respect himself, because by the time Gina will start, that she is going to drop all the evidences that is capable of bringing EPA down. And for that reason, EPA should stop. And if you guys remember, when this whole thing started, Gina did not drag EPA. What she did, the only thing that she did was sharing that video where EPA, where she was crying, saying that in EPA's house that she is a nobody, but in her own house that she is a queen. That is the only thing she did. The moment she started dragging EPA was when EPA went ahead to say that she is taking substance and all of that. And whatever that she is saying is under the influence of the substance that she is taking. Now, they said EPA's BP is increasing and decreasing. The thing is fluctuating. And it is affecting his health, though, from what we are hearing, if the information is true. Remember that even Gina said it, that EPA used to take Gravia, especially anytime he wants to do with his wives. And recently, Gina's co-wife, Lai Wan, have come out to be doing as if without Gina, everything is okay, this, that. But unfortunately, without Gina, EPA is not okay. And maybe EPA is also taking it whenever he wants to do with the Lai wife and all of that. Then they said that thing that he is taking is causing so much trouble to him. Even Gina confirmed it. Now, when EPA begged his kinsmen to stop, to help and foster reconciliation between him and Gina, they told him that the first thing he should do is to respect himself first. Because there is nothing EPA have not done. No. Even to the point of reposting bloggers' post where the blogger was dragging Gina and her mother, saying it was the same blogger who went to show us a video of Gina's apartment that looks like olden days apartment and all of that. So to tell you that EPA is prepared, the other day that he went to meet with the Hikers Club, he ended up talking just about Gina and her friends in that occasion. Meanwhile, when he started, he told them that he was going to talk about a lot of things, that he's not only going to talk about himself and Gina. They all laughed, hoping that he was going to say something more reasonable, only for him to start asking them, oh, why did they book the same hotel that Gina and her friends spent 4 days? 4 days of smoking, 4 days of drinking, 4 days of fighting and all of that. Even went ahead to block the entrance with her sisters. Whenever he talks about the sisters, I used to laugh. The reason I laugh is because this man knows what he is doing. He knows that he doesn't treat his wives very well. And that makes him to always be careful, so that if he wants to buy any property, he will not buy it in the woman's name. So that even if you want to leave, you will leave empty-handed. But he did not know that someone like Gina was prepared before leaving. Assuming that Gina left that first time that he removed a past name from her Instagram handle, maybe Gina would have left empty-handed. But now Gina came back and prepared herself. And EPA is still in shock that Gina could leave and never come back. Because they say she have been leaving, no. Because he have been maltreating her, and anytime that happens, they will fight. Gina will go. After which Gina will come back again. But this time around, Gina prepared herself. She know that she doesn't have a house. She went and bought a house for herself. and her family. And after that, she have told Epa, I am not coming back. If you watch that first video, Epa's PA was saying that, oh, Gina will come back. That is her style, this, that. At the end of the day, she said she's not coming back. It is now Epa who is begging people to go and speak to Gina. It is now Epa who is talking to his kinsmen to help him reconcile, to foster reconciliation between him and Gina. But unfortunately, Gina said she's no longer interested. Meanwhile, the kinsmen are telling him, respect yourself. You cannot be disrespecting yourself on social media. You cannot be dragging this woman online. Continuously. And at the end of the day, you tell us that you need peace. And they have talked to Gina, and Gina have stopped. But you know that Gina is just a woman, and a small girl at that. It will get to a point that if EPA continues to drag her, she might expose more evidences against EPA. Yes, because what she said about EPA grabbing people's land and all of that, many people from their Owasuku place, they came and they confirmed it and all of that, to tell you that Gina has first-hand information about EPA. So if she happens to release those evidences, it is going to bring EPA down. And that is something that EPA did not think about, even when he claims that he is smart. Because the other day he said he's not an ordinary person. He works with evidence. Anything that you are doing with him, you need to be very careful, because he's a lawyer that works with evidence. Everything that he has done with Gina so far, he has evidences and all of that. And that is how they say he went and fabricated false voter's card saying that it is Gina's real age. Meanwhile, Gina presented a different one saying that she was 17 when EPA married her. So this thing now is that he keeps coming on social media to drag Gina. Meanwhile, he is also begging people to speak to Gina. What kind of a person is that? That is why they said his kinsmen are telling him to, first of all, stop the one you are doing online. We have talked to Gina, and Gina have listened, because Gina have stopped dragging him for the moment. But we all know that Gina is not going to continue to stop as long as EPA is dragging her. And that's why they are telling him to stop. How can a 70-year-old man like this be dragging a 24-year-old that have children for you? They didn't even consider your children. Because I'm sure if EPA have considered the children before making most of those posts, Gina might not even have shared those things that she shared about him, because those things, they remain on social media. Come back in the next 100 years, you will see them there, because social media never forgets. EPA is not as smart as people think, so I'm telling you. So right now they say his kinsmen are warning him to respect himself and stop dragging Gina, or else they will not get involved again. Allegedly, that is what we are hearing. If the information is true, always remember that these are all based on social media circulations. Okay, bye for now. Love you.